Yep, the best of luck. Now, they do say that husband and wife should never work with one another, but for actors Amy Robbins and Robert Daws, surely it can only make their day jobs easier, as their on-screen characters are also married.
Yep, the hugely successful ITV drama The Royal is back on our screens this Sunday. Shall we take a quick look at the happy couple in action?
That looks like an opacity to me. Root of both lungs. TB. Anyone we know?
Young footballer. About to turn professional. At least he was.
Well, career over before it's begun.
Yeah. It's the part of the job I don't like.
Yes, absolutely. It is the part of the job you don't like. But welcome, both of you. It's lovely to see you here. I had
Lovely
no
to be
idea
here.
that you were married in real life too.
Did you not?
I did not.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
meet
you learn something new every day.
on the job? so to speak?
Yes, we did. Yes, we met at the first read-through.
Did you really?
Yes.
And what did you think of each other then?
Hated him.
Yeah.
We weren't
Such
best
an
pleased.
unpleasant man. No, it sort of didn't work like that, really. We were all such good pals on the Royal that we were just chums. We all just got very close very quickly, didn't we? All sort of Linda.
Yes, it was. It wasn't
Sharon,
exactly love
Mickey
at
and all
first
of us.
read-through, but
No,
like.
no, not quite.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
So quickly you got close. And you've been married for how long now?
5 years.
Gosh, 5 years, isn't it? Coming up to 5 years.
Wow.
Well, you kept it quiet at first, didn't you, the whole thing? When
Yes,
you
we
got together?
did.
Yes.
Well, only
Yes, we
because you
did.
don't. I just think you don't. You're in danger of looking smug and sort of sickly, and I hate all that kind of, you know, sort of
The mystery and Mrs.
photo
aspect
shoots
of
and
it,
all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So we just thought, well, it's not particularly anybody's business, and we just assumed people weren't really interested, so we just kept our mouths
So
shut.
this is all you've known in the series? This is...
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
We've agreed to grow old together in North Yorkshire. Very happily, I must say.
Well, you spend, is it 6 months of the year
We spend
in
half the
Scarborough?
year, that's right. Well, we film in Leeds and Bradford, and we get away to do location work in Scarborough, which is a nice jolly treat for everyone.
Yes.
It means we can take the kids there.
Yes,
and
because
we-
your little girls, how old are they?
They're 4 and nearly 2.
Nearly 2, yeah.
But it means they get 6 holidays in Scarborough a year.
Yes,
they're
And they think
spoiled
that
rotten.
all summer holidays are Scarborough. You know, they think if they're getting on a plane, they go to Scarborough. Scarborough is just it. You know.
I love Scarborough. Do you
So
do
do I.
speedboat trips around the bay?
We've done
Of course.
everything around about 100 times and never get bored with it. It's a
No,
great place. It's a wonderful
fab,
town,
isn't it?
really.
So, getting back to the Royal, we sort of join it on Sunday halfway through a series because we had a bit of a break in the summer, finished on episode, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something in July.
Yes.
And then we pick it up again. And as the series goes on, the wonderful thing about Jill, Dr. Jill, is that she is the modern woman in progress, isn't she? She's a career doctor,
Yes, she is.
whilst juggling husband, child. And
She is.
everything
She's a very modern woman and a woman in a very male-dominated environment job. And yeah, she's sort of, and she can. I think she's quite sort of. She can be quite tough as a result. But I think that's.
And she has tough decisions
unlike
to
me.
make as the series goes on.
Yes.
Because you discover, can I say?
I think so.
Yes, you discover you're pregnant, and
Yes.
then there's a lot of dramatic stuff coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And you were finding it quite hard to watch your real life wife going through difficult
well,
scenes.
it is. I mean, we had a difficult time with our first little baby as well, so it brought back all sorts of memories in that respect. And you know, you're an actor, and you're only pretending at the end of the day. Let's face it. But it's always upsetting because to do it well, Amy has to get upset, and everyone has to get very upset. So you can't help but be moved on a certain level. So it was a little distressing.
I think I think a lot of actresses who've had children would say that that's the one area of acting that you do find. That's the only area where it gets a bit tricky and a bit weird is when you have to duplicate or replicate labour or pain or anything to do with childbirth, because it's such a, as you know, it's such a traumatic experience that.
And also,
to
of course,
relive it is
filming,
very weird.
it is lengthy because you're
Yes.
sort of
Yeah.
crying or in pain for 3 days.
Oh yes, you have to ride around for days on end. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great fun.
But thankfully, I mean, there were some lighter moments, and brother Ted is also in this episode.
He's in the opening episode of this, yes, on Sunday, yeah, me and Ted. It was, I was just saying, his liability to have on set because he just makes everybody laugh the whole time, including me. Actually, no, I'm used to all his jokes. I kept pretty straight face.
Look, there he is.
There he is.
There
There he is.
So you reckon that if he'd been there any longer, then the series would have gone into an overrun because everyone was laughing?
Well,
so
the
much?
combination of him and Mickey is lethal,
Yeah.
just lethal. They were in bits most of the time.
The Ted Robbins show, but the kids love it because they're used to us being on television, and then Ted turns up. And he does another show called the Slammer and various other things. And then you've got Kate, and you've got Emma, who's a Sheila's
trying to
Wheel,
get
and all
your
the rest.
family, how many have you got?
There's 5 of us, five
And how
children.
is Kate? Because we remember Kate, very good comedian.
Yes.
From the Robbins
Yeah.
show, doing voices for Spitting Image.
She's very, very well. We live very near
Great.
Kate.
She's working on a one-person show, which is going to
very
be fantastic.
busy, yeah.
Her on the piano and doing all her voices and all her songs and everything.
She does
So
all.
she's great.
She carries on. Her voiceover work is just. She's just never stops doing all that kind
And
of
as you
stuff.
said, Emma is in Sheila's Wheels.
She is.
The girls
Yes.
in the commercial. She's the brunette, isn't she? They're in next week.
I know.
They're coming in.
know.
They're in on Wednesday, I think
Oh,
it is
wait,
next
we're
week.
taking
Is it
over
next
your
Wednesday?
entire
Yeah, look,
life.
there they are.
She's on the
there
right.
they are.
There she is.
There she
Yes,
is.
they're going to sell us some insurance, apparently.
Yeah, well, you'll get a very good deal with them, I can assure you.
What a family you've walked into there, Robert.
Yes, well, as I've
Bob.
said before, 2 auditions and a workshop got me in. The dancing let me down, but luckily, I
Do you
managed
come
to...
from a big family too?
Yes, we do. I've got a brother and 2 sisters and whatever. So when we all get together, it's a huge sort of festive occasion, which is fairly regularly. But my side aren't quite as show business as the Robins, who are.
They have a moment.
It'd be tough to be in show business with Robbins, I have to say. Thank you both for coming in. The Royal is Sunday, of course, 8 o'clock on ITV1, and thank you.
Yes,
very
can't
much.
wait for that.
Thank
See you
you.
both. Very good. Now, quick